not the penguin.
Good evening, chaps. How are we?
Hello. Good.
Do you know, whenever that music, I'm always really disappointed the music isn't still going when we come on the screen, because I always have to stop dancing. So next week we're going to have to think of a way around that and let the music go through.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll sort out some special sound effects. And we seem to have lost Dan temporarily. I'm sure he'll be back with us in a moment or two. Evening, Ben. We've got Ben down in the comments there.
What ho, Ben?
How are we doing? Oh, that's not good timing. I've just had an update flash up on the bottom of my monitor. No, now is not a good time.
Sorry.
Here's
problems. How are you doing, boys? Sorry, it's a technical day. Nothing's going right. So, Carl, I'm just busy prepping things for the show. So keep talking. You steer the boat.
I've got melting ice here. We need to crack on.
Okay, well, we'll say hello to Cindy, we'll say hello to Megan, and we'll say hello to Nadim, and then we will plough straight on with this.
Well, fantastic.
James.
I'm trying to open a bottle of spirits here. So this evening's cocktail is the Romulan Caipirinha. And the reason that it's Romulan is just because I'm very much enjoying using my Romulan ice.
Oh, it's headache.
Normal Romulan ice.
Isn't it a school day tomorrow, James?
Yeah.
I've been using my pestle and mortar to grind up some more ice.
That was me thinking you had a cocaine habit. Fantastic.
Now, usually, dear viewer, when James uses his Romulan ice on a Sunday evening, at about 10:30, 11 o'clock on a Monday morning, us guys get a message going, ow, my head.
Well, the Romulan ice is not of itself alcoholic.
It's merely a catalyst.
An accelerator.
Yeah.
Okay, right. I think I've got about as much crushed ice as I can out of there. Yeah, I'm not going to tilt anymore. Loads of that has melted. Right, so you put in your Romulan ice. Tip in 3 or 4 quarters of lime, if you can get hold of those. You also need...
Is it Ferengi lime?
Ferengi lime, obviously, because that's very special, because it is...
moist.
Lovely. Right, the next thing you will need is cachaça rum. Nothing else but cachaça will do.
Why is it Star Trek related? What are you making here? And what episode are we drinking? What are we watching?
Balance of Terror.
Oh,
good shout.
Balance of Terror. That's got Romulans. Ooh, steady.
Oh, it's definitely headache day tomorrow.
Right, there we go. There's the cachaça. Oh, look, there we got a colour change already.
Ooh, so pretty.
And the next thing we need, this is where it gets really exciting. Same again of lime juice.
What
again,
sort of lime
juice? But if you can't get that from Tesco, will suffice.
Is the Ferengi lime juice?
Oh, did you see that? Did you see that go? Look, there we are. And the final ingredient is your sugar. I'm using Aldebaran sugar just for fun. Now let's. Where's my muddler? Where's my muddler? There it is. I'm using the end of my muddler because this bit keeps falling off.
Did you get it from the same place as your leaky shaker?
Can you stop buying cocktail things from Wish, please?
Right, that's muddled away.
Boys and girls, that was bought from Wish. It wasn't advertised as a muddler.
Let's have a little look-see.
They call it a gentleman's toy.
Oh, Caipirinha is probably my favourite cocktail.
Wonderful. Right, do you know what? There's a lot to talk about in today's show, so thank you for your cocktail. Right, moving on. We're going to rush through this because there's so much more fun stuff to do in a little bit and so many things to cram in. We've got like 2 hours worth of material. We have 2 hours of material to squeeze into an hour. So what we're going to do, we are literally going to speed through tonight.
I can normally do it in about 3 minutes.
I mean, we've got to do a quick collectibles corner. This is right. Okay, so one of the news items that came out this week was obviously from First Contact Day was about Nichelle Nichols, and so I thought, what a lovely time to show everybody this. So this is the book that came out in 1994 from Nichelle Nichols, her autobiography. Fantastic book. It was originally only about 1,000 pence to buy when it first came out. To buy nowadays, it's doubled in price, roughly. And if you are fortunate enough, as I am, to have met the great lady herself and had it autographed, these can go anywhere up to 7,500, 8,000 pence. And price aside, it's a fantastic book. She is a fantastic lady. Get a copy of it and read it. It is incredible.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I got something from Nichelle Nichols.
Sorry?
I got something from Nichelle Nichols when I met her. I got a kiss.
Ooh, lucky you.
Now that's priceless.
It is, absolutely.
So, like Carl alluded to, First Contact Day was this week. And one of the items that was talked about was the Nichelle Nichols documentary, which we've seen a trailer for it. It's all about how she inspired women of color and people of color generally to get involved in the NASA space program in the 70s. It's going to be shown on Paramount Plus. The trailer is available. It looks really, really good.
I think if ever there was a shining light of example as to why representation is important and how Star Trek has been at the forefront of that, then that lady there is an inspiration to everyone.
Megan's got it. She didn't meet Nichelle, and David Thompson got it one as well. Sorry, James. There we go.
How are you doing, David? Well, you've been poorly. Hope you're feeling better.
As we say, we know there's a lot to get through, and we appreciate it. We're probably going to rush through the first half of the show. We want to give the second half of the show as much time as possible. So thank you for your collectible, Carl. We will be doing more collectibles next week. Don't forget, if you want to have your collectible reviewed by Carl, send him an email to carl@trickyguide.com, and he will take some
Please do. I'm starting to run out of my own stuff.
Can I take this opportunity just to apologise for my J.J. Abrams lens flare? It's just I had my head polished today.
Wonderful.
We got a hat.
I've got a hat, but that's for later.
Right, so let's get on with our next fun and exciting feature. Here we go.
Oh, splendid. Blankety blank.
Indeed.
Wait for it. Oh, there's the microphone.
James, as you host this one, let's move you over here. There you go.
There we go.
Oh, splendid. Now, are we doing the stamp bit as well? Do we
Yes.
have stamp?
Shall we throw that up?
Right. So we're going to show you, dear viewer, a pixelated stamp and invite you to guess what it is, and we'll come back to it at the end of Blankety Blank. And you can tell us who it is, and there'll be, no doubt, no prize whatsoever available. So there is your image. Do we have two players ready to play Blankety Blank this evening?
We haven't asked yet.
Was anyone in the comments? I chucked it out earlier online if people wanted to volunteer. Anyone in the comments wanted to step up? I don't mind if it's Paul and Megan from last week again.
So who in the comments wants to have a go?
Come on, someone must.
I think we should probably do something. Ben Dobson.
Ready, player one. Ready, player one.
Fastest finger first. Who's next?
I'm going for Picard in a First Contact uniform.
I think we should have Alan Window. He's on. We should probably have
Alan Window. Alan, you're player number 2.
Alan, you're player number 2, Alan.
Right. Okay. So you're going to hear a phrase.
Oh, hang on a minute. Just a moment.
Wait. Alan's been out.
Maria said she'll give it a go. So, right.
Yep.
We've got
Excellent. So we've got Ben and Maria.
Ben and Maria.
Oh, we've got lots of volunteers tonight.
Alan, you missed out. You've got to be quicker than that.
Fastest finger first. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So for player one, so we'll go for Ben. You're going to hear a phrase. You're going to be invited to fill in the blank, and our panelists will fill in their own answer to the blank, and then we'll see if you match with any of them. So here comes your phrase. Are you ready? Which one shall I use? Captain Archer's beagle left a message blanked on Malcolm's leg.
Say that again once more. Captain
Archer's beagle left a message. He blanked on Malcolm's leg. Right, Ben, are you ready? Have you got an answer for us? If you have, stick it up in the comments. Have we got?
We have to put our hands up, don't we? Once we've done ours.
So remember, there's a slight delay from us about. Oh, sorry.
Oh yes, I forget. You're all supposed to have a sign saying "ready."
Yeah, this is our sign.
Billboard.
Ready.
Ben,
right. Ben's gone for pooped. Pooped on his leg.
Right, poop. So let's go to our panel. Dan, lovely Dan. Let's have a look at what you put.
Urinated.
Oh, that's
wrong number.
Right, let's go down to Carl.
Pooped.
Bing. 1 point. And Sir Richard, we've got. Oh dear, so that's 1. 1 out of 3 there for Ben. Okay, right. So the next phrase is for Maria. Are you ready, Maria? Here it comes. Poor old Jim Kirk had to go and see Bones. He had a problem with blank.
I've lost my pen. Oh.
Say
that again.
Poor old Jim Kirk had to go and see Bones. He had a problem with blank. Some sort of medical problem, no doubt. Right. When Sir Richard is ready, we'll go to Maria, see if we have an answer in the comments. Right, Maria, what have you got?
I'm being Guinan.
Guinan pose there from Dan.
I need some sort of ridiculous hat.
Right, have we got an answer from Maria? Maria, hang on.
Yep. Here we go.
Something to do with his body.
Excellent.
Something to do with his body. All right, well, let's see if that match. I think we're going to find no matches coming up here. Dan?
So the question was?
I have to go to a different screen, you pest. Poor old Jim Kirk had to go and see Bones. He had a problem with...
erectile dysfunction.
Oh,
that doesn't matter.
No, that's... let's go to Carl.
Swelling.
Quite the opposite problem that Dan came up with there. Richard?
Two sides of the same problem.
Look at that. Okay, so I think that's no matches. No matches. Sorry, Maria. That means
better luck
you're
next
out
time, Maria.
of round 1. I mean, the obvious answer, the one I was angling for, was Klingon.
Oh.
All right. Okay, so that means that Ben, you're going through to the super match game.
Super match game.
We have a prize as well, Ben. We have a prize. I've got a prize.
Have you got a prize? Okay. Well, have we got 3 prizes, Dan, for the 150, the 100, and the 50 blanks?
No, we've just got my lunch for tomorrow at work.
Okay, fantastic. So you are playing for some big pasta sauce. Right.
Pasta in sauce, special edition cheese and broccoli.
We're going to reveal the legend. And then I will invite all of the panel to give me a suggestion. They don't need to write it down; they don't have to for their view. But then, what you're looking for is what I've got on my card, and there is a 50 blank answer, a 100 blank answer, and to win, you need the 150 blank answer. So here comes the legend. Tough. Super match game, super match game. Dan, let's go to you. Tough.
Tough titties.
Tough titties. Okay. Sir Richard?
Luck.
Luck. It's a good one. It's a good one. And Carl?
As old boots.
Tough as old boots. Okay, right. So, Ben, what have you got? What's your answer?
Just so we're clear on this, Ben, you don't have to get the same as us. We're just trying to help
No,
you.
we're just trying to
You
get.
can choose their answers or you can make your own up. If I were you, I would make your own up.
I was thinking of tits, but I said,
I was, but Dan got there first.
Huzzah!
Tough luck.
Ben,
So, Ben, you've gone for
Ben's tough luck.
it's a wise
Okay,
choice,
so
Ben.
I can now reveal the answers on the card are as follows. For 50 blanks, tough cheese. For 100 blanks, tough luck.
Oh, no.
And for 150 blanks, bearing in mind we're a Star Trek show, tough little ship. Oh, that's where it was. So I'm afraid
It's
Ben,
It's
thank you for
bizarre.
playing. Thank you for playing along at home. That's
It's
been this evening's blankety blank.
I
And then
can't
we're back to
understand. I just don't understand why we keep forgetting this is a Star Trek show.
Does this mean that I get to keep my lunch for tomorrow?
You do indeed get to keep your
You do
lunch
this week.
You win.
Fantastic.
Tune in next Sunday to see if Dan gets to eat on Monday.
We are committed to this.
Sure, it's blankety blank. Right, let's go back to the stamp. What suggestions have we had for the stamp? Let's see the stamp on the screen again.
I'm fairly confident I've got this one licked. I think this is definitely someone in a first contact uniform, and I'm fairly confident it's Picard.
Let's have a look.
Normally I go with Nadim on this, but I don't think that's Marina.
I have a feeling that's Spock. I don't know why.
Do you know if I leave this picture of Megan up, it looks like Carla's just been completely replaced on this show.
With Megan.
No! Megan, you would be an ornament to our panel.
Absolutely.
Right.
Right,
10 seconds, boys and girls.
Image.
Boys, girls, and everyone else in between, and everyone that's watching. 10 seconds, put up who is this stamp of that we have pixelated.
And we'll sing Stampity Stamp while you do it. Stampity Stamp, Stampity Stamp.
Bum, bum.
Stampity Stamp, Stampity Stamp.
Bum, bum.
It's a good guess, Cindy.
Stamp, Stampity Stamp.
Bum.
I think Cindy and I have got this licked.
Stampity Stamp. Ooh.
Chakore. Oh, it's Chakotay's cousin. It could be that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, Neil Carpenter. We know him. He was on the show on
He
Wednesday.
joined us.
Well, it's because I've promised him a TOS treat later.
Right.
All
Right. So let's have a look at who it is. Let's do the magic reveal.
Ooh, it's exciting.
It's going it. Ugh.
Oh,
Yay! Wow. Ben Cisco.
Anyone who said Cisco, well done. You can make a written application for Dan's lunch. Essay questions, no less than 300 words, no more than 3,000, and we'll judge those next week.
See, Alan there went for a very sort of like rounded answer, but still got it wrong. Fooled you, Alan.
Right, time to move on to another fun and exciting feature. Oh, yes.
I want to keep my microphone.
Right. So this week in fake news is that there's been nothing happening in the Star Trek world this week. It's been very quiet, and we've got absolutely nothing to talk about.
Lies, lies, lies. Let's do some real news. Right, first bit of real news. Here we go. This is the news that Star Trek Discovery has won a GLAD award. Oh, yes.
They've spelled glad wrong.
No, they haven't spelled GLAD wrong.
Hang on, but how would you pronounce that version of GLAD?
GLAD.
Glad.
It sounds
That's
Star
Canadian
Star
from the
Trek when
original
you say
series.
that, doesn't it? GLAD. GLAD.
GLAD.
It does sound Klingon.
Obviously, we've got nothing. We have nothing against Star Trek Discovery. We quite like Discovery, and it keeps winning awards. And the more things that keep winning awards in Star Trek, the more Star Trek will get made. So, you know what? That's a good thing.
And the thing is, it's the third time that Discovery's been up for this award, but the first time it's won it. So, it's an apathy.
Yeah.
I think
It won Best Drama, which,
this is an award that's been a bit
So that's
overdue for Discovery, I think. It should have got
So
it.
there's a bit. there's a bit of real news. Now, I'm going to go through news as quick as I can. You guys look at the comments and tell me if there's something we should be talking about. Right, moving on.
All right.
Boom. Next one. Oh, there's a thing online at the moment to make LeVar Burton the host of Jeopardy.
Jeopardy, viewer, is an American quiz show where you guess the question, I think, rather than the answer. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's like Stampity Stamp, but not as good.
You guess the question. I don't understand that. You guess the question.
Do you think if LeVar gets it, we can do our own version of that the way we are with Stampity Stamp, and we can like just become this fun Sunday night Star Trek game show?
Couldn't you just make up
play your cards right? That would be great fun.
Do you know what? I looked at that screen behind him. I know we're short for time, but if you can see my mouse moving around on the screen, I looked at all these little boxes, and it reminded me of a la the 80s or the 90s catchphrase.
Yeah.
You know,
better than this Jeopardy nonsense. Catchphrase,
didn't it? Catchphrase.
It's good, but it's not the right answer. It was brilliant. It was fantastic.
Good, it's not right.
Everyone says that. I mean, there's a huge campaign for Stephen Colbert, for example. He tweeted only today endorsing this. I mean, frankly, none of us are going to watch it because it's not in our continent. But good luck, LeVar.
Absolutely.
Shall we move on?
I don't understand what Jeopardy is, so please do.
Right.
Oh,
these are some
TNG as made by Wish.
These are the new items you can officially buy that were announced on First Contact Day. So you can now buy the Star Trek Discovery Pizza Cutter. You can buy a new range of tubs, which is the Star Trek.
Is that the angry alien flashlight I'd heard about?
You can buy the TNG Star Trek Ducks, which come as all the main characters of TNG, available on many UK sci-fi shops. Go and buy them from Zavi. Have got them in. After much people shouting about it, the TNG tent has finally been made. You can actually buy one.
No, Dan.
I think James
not the TNG tent that people were shouting about. The TNG tent that people were shouting about actually looked like a shuttle. That's just
well, that one there is $140 and sleeps 2 adults. So
what? Well, that's just a normal pop-up tent with some graphics on it.
If that sleeps 2 adults, that's hardly the sort of party I want to be invited to.
Now, I've got an idea for this pop-up tent. It's $140, so I think, if we put in 30 quid each, we should probably be able to cover the cost of this. If we buy it between us and we take it to the next destination Star Trek and we just pop it up in the middle of like a walkway somewhere and just sit in it and see how long it takes for somebody to ask us to move before people say it's part of the exhibit.
I can't sleep in a tent. I've got asthma.
Dan, we've got a full-size shuttle. Why don't we just drive it in that? We can rig it with some motors and say it's a wheelchair.
Oh, we can weaponize it.
Right. So, so here you go. TOS figures, Discovery Pizza Cutter with an ultra-sharp blade, some ducks, and a tent. There we go. I'm not saying this, they don't milk the merchandise.
Really angry flashlight.
Moving on. Right.
Discovery Pizza Cutter.
Talking of merchandising, remembering Leonard Nimoy Collector's Director's Edition is out on Blu-ray this week. You can purchase it from all good Blu-ray vendors.
That is a beautiful documentary. It really is.
It's a weird model of the Enterprise they're using.
Yeah, it's got a very long neck, hasn't it?
Exceedingly.
When your kid makes you something, it looks shit. You don't say that's crap. You take a photo of it and you put it on the fridge. Leave it alone.
That's presumably Adam Nimoy there.
Yeah. One day, son, you'll marry Terry Farrell. Right, moving on. Good Blu-ray. Make sure you buy it.
Very tempted.
Saturday Night Live has done a knockoff of Star Trek. It is available to watch online if you know where to look.
That's not a knockoff of Star. Oh, in the comments, Nadim said if the answer is Cisco, the question is, what is Sir Richard's best impression? I know. I think I understand what this game is now, but again, it still makes no sense.
Richard, could you live with that?
Yes, I could. But this isn't
amazing impression.
This isn't ripping off. This is the Orville they're ripping off, not Star. This is not Star Trek. That looks more like an Orville outfit to me.
It's Star Trek, apparently.
Okay.
Hang on. In the comments, Megan has just piped in that we should do blockbusters.
Oh, have a pee, please, Bob. That was always on before the tripods. He scared the shit out of me, the tripods.
Yeah.
Right, moving on. News that a new Star Trek film is going to be out in 2023.
Yep.
And it's in the Abrams verse.
Did we know that? I mean,
definitely
Abrams verse.
Definitely Abrams verse, and Chris Pine apparently is the only one officially signed on to it.
Interestingly, though, today Zachary Quinto has said he would love to be in it. Nothing to do with the fact that he wants money in his bank account.
I thought Chris Pine was the roadblock to when they were trying to make it before.
It was the last time. It was him.
Yeah, but he's not had a lot of work since then. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to play. I think he was brilliant as Kirk. I really do. I'd love to see him in it again. I think they were all absolutely fantastic. Obviously, Carl Urban was the best, but I think they were all absolutely superb. So I'd like to see them all back in it.
Now, the more clever people may notice that Spock's phaser here looks like the head of a xenomorph. And once you see that, you can't unsee it.
Well, maybe what's going on is that he's garrotting a xenomorph that at this very moment is trying to attack him. That's not a phaser at all.
Who would you get in the Abrams verse? Who would you cast as Cisco? I think Wesley Snipes. No.
Moving on.
Can't think of his name.
Oh! All right, we're getting into announcements from First Contact later. This is what we were trying to rush towards. Whew. Right.
Is this what we've been rushing towards?
Yes. Star Trek Mission Chicago. It's going to be a convention next year. Carl, tell us about it.
Thanks for dropping that one on me. It's going to be, there's not really a huge amount come out about it yet. It's the official Star Trek licensed one that's taken over since Creation's license expired. It's going to be in Chicago next year, and I believe they're planning on moving it to a different location every year. It's not going to be like the old one where it stayed in Vegas. And I think is it June next year?
Damn right. No, it's on First Contact Day.
Is it?
Was the Vegas one kind of based around the fact? I don't know how long they were running it. Was it based around the existence of the experience?
The experience, yeah, I think so.
It was there. That would make a logical place to go.
But yeah, if there's anyone from the guys that are running this convention that they need panelists, obviously we're more than happy to come and host a variety of Star Trek based games or talks on stage, cocktails.
And we can make anything a prize.
Absolutely.
I think the reason why they used to have the convention in Las Vegas was because the person to bar ratio was good enough for Star Trek fans. I don't know if there's any other. Well, actually, there's some places in Tennessee where there's a lot of bars. Perhaps they could do it there. But yeah. I'll
tell you what. Can I throw this in as a prize for next week? I'm going to throw in. Now this is what I call Disney on not MP3.
What's that you're holding there, Dan?
It's very old media.
What is it?
I don't know. My headphones don't plug into it.
That's a compact disc.
It doesn't even show anything. It's boring. There's no screen.
Music to scare birds away from your strawberries.
Yes.
I can throw in this rubber ducky.
I tell you what, if anyone's ever in a bad day, get yourself into a bath. Get yourself a rubber duck. Honestly.
Better still.
Honestly. Best relief ever. Rubber ducks. Just get a sponge. Poke little blighter down, and then he just pops up again. He don't care. It's lovely. It's the best ever. It's lovely.
Okay, this show is not becoming Richard's fascination with rubber ducks. Moving on. Right, so yes, this is news. There's going to be a new Star Trek convention format starting next year. We would love to be out there for it, as I'm sure with a lot of the UK blogger population, and it'd be great to sort of show that UK-US relations are as strong as ever. If you're listening to a Star Trek mission. Chicago people, you know our email address. It's on the site. Right, moving on. Ooh, right. Here we go. New releases. Who watched First Contact?
This is the latest image, isn't it, from Prodigy? But we knew Janeway was going to be in, but it looks like it's going to be a hologram of Janeway.
So the confirmed news is it's going to be a hologram of Janeway. It's been left behind in the Delta Quadrant. And this is going to take place at roughly, I believe, Carl's going to correct me at the moment, about the time
2383, I think they said.
So about the time when Voyager just got home.
Gentlemen, are you aware of what happens to Voyager after it does get home, according to the books?
Yes.
This might be helpful.
Yeah, it turns into a museum. It's a wonderful idea.
Well, yeah, but in the books, they've now found something called slipstream drive, which is faster than warp drive, and Voyager returns to the Delta Quadrant with a Federation fleet to explore because they can now get there. So there's
Project Full Circle, isn't it?
Yeah. So there's no reason Voyager, or at least Federation technology and so forth, can't be back in the Delta Quadrant in a meaningful way. So I don't necessarily think the hologram is left behind. I think it is a Federation hologram that's out there.
Right. So anyway, this is what we know. It's this.
And I can hear about interesting regulations that I collect as well, if you're interested.
You will notice there is no rank on the hologram. And apparently, Kirk Milgrew had a lot to do with the way the hologram's going to look and stuff like that. So this is what we know. Quickly nipping into the comments because we're not ignoring people today. Let's have a look.
We've got a lot to get through.
We do have a lot to get through. Megan applied to go on Blockbusters. I was told she was too good.
I can believe that.
Neil wants another Kelvin Universe movie.
Yes,
and we used to like
a movie. Yeah,
we used to like Neil.
Wonder Woman.
Some people like Universe movies. That's entirely up to them.
Saving the world. Isn't Chris Pine her sidekick though?
I think Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto is more what we're going towards. Crystal says Star Trek I think it should continue too, but not as an official Trek event. That's true. They emailed us late last year to have a chat about some bits and pieces. So who knows, that might happen at some point.
Star Trek experience pop up again soon in the UK. I know there was one in Blackpool. So further down in the comments, Nadim's going to touch on this. There is genuinely plans for a Federation headquarters and a Star Trek experience, which is going to happen in our neck of the woods in Kent. So yes, it wasn't going to happen. It was going to happen. It wasn't going to happen. Currently, it is going to happen. So we're looking forward to that.
I'm waiting for the call to be a creative consultant.
I'm waiting for the call to go and review it once it's built. Right. So, yeah, Star Trek Prodigy is coming. It's based towards kids. It's going to be on Nickelodeon. It features, obviously, the aliens we showed last week, which is a haphazard group. There is, I believe, already people cosplaying the aliens from the single image that's been out there, and they were very impressed with this on the First Contact Day stuff last week. So, yeah, moving on. Lower Decks is getting season 2.
Oh, look at that. That's the callback to that TNG episode where Riker is fighting with his dad, isn't he? And that sort of bizarre martial art.
Now, you'll
never remember the name of the martial art.
I can't think what it was called.
Richard, you're our martial artist.
Ameridote.
I think it was a fictional one.
Ameridote.
Martial artists.
If no one else knows what Ameridote is, please Google Master Ken. You won't regret it. This is Ameridote.
Right. This is one of several images. The trailer. We're not allowed to show the trailers at the moment due to copyright reasons. But there are some great screen grabs. We've gone with just a couple. You can find the trailers on the official First Contact Day site, which will allow you to watch it in this country, but we can't replay them for copyright reasons. If you have not yet seen it, you need to go and watch it. Let's have a quick look. Val would like to see more Carl Urban, please. Megan wants to go to the new theme park. Lower Decks is already signed for season 3 too. Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, it's already on.
Fantastic.
Right, let's address these comments quickly. Val, yes, of course. Megan, yeah, absolutely. Come with us, please. Christoph, who cares? Megan, again, yes, that's correct. And then Megan, yes, you're right.
I'll take Megan over Discovery, Richard.
Megan, me and Carl actually come past where you live on the way to Richard's to all the theme parks. If you want to lift, just shout. We'll organise.
Yeah, they'll pick you
Everyone
up in
come
their
and stay in
van. Come and look at our puppies on the side.
You can all come and stay in my guest house, and then we'll hop on the fast train down there, and we'll have a road trip.
Now, you said that this reminds you of TNG, James.
Yes. There's a specific episode where this comes up.
Ameridote.
Does this remind you of TNG?
Well, I can see 4 lights there.
There are 5, though.
Is that an unorthodox Cardassian interrogation? It's not clear actually what's gone on with the Cardassians after Deep Space Nine, because basically they threw in with the Dominion, didn't they? When the Dominion fell, the Cardassians were kind of taken out with them.
Well, if you listen to the book, there's a book that...
Listen to it, Dan?
Yes, it's an audio book. You can read it as well. There is a Garrick audio book where he is now the ruler of the Cardassian Empire. And essentially Garrick takes over. Yeah, it's actually very good. Right, yeah, so these are some more images from Lower Decks. I'm very excited for this one. But we're going to go along in things I'm excited for, and I'm sure you guys are too. So Lower Decks is our first one. Discovery, Carl, you and I were quite excited for season 4 of Discovery, and you sent me some pictures. So let's have a look at what we've got.
We've finally got some proper colour back to the uniforms.
We have.
You know, the grey ones were a bit drab. They didn't have much colour to them, did they?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. The trolley dollies will be out in a moment.
I've heard some people say this does appear to be a bit of a copy of the Babylon 5 uniforms.
Well, I'm not too sure because I've never really watched Babylon 5, in all honesty.
Well, basically, they're all blue, but they have a leather patch down the side, exactly like that.
Right.
Interestingly, in this grab you've sent me, Carl, who's this in the background?
That's Saru.
It does look like Saru. So hopefully, Doug Jones is back.
Are you
Doug
just
Jones.
assuming that's Saru because he's tall?
No. Doug Jones has confirmed that he's going to be back. That is his place. There is part of the trailer, again, you can watch it online, we can't show it. There is part of the trailer that blatantly shows Saru and Michael holding hands where they say that they're going to work together. So he is blatantly returning.
Were they crying?
No. You could only see their hands, so unless there was...
That's exactly how the military works, isn't it? Holding hands and saying, we're going to work together.
And then crying.
And I'm going to just quickly go through these images.
There was also an interview with Doug Jones done by one of the YouTube channels, Sci-Fanatics, which is a very good listen. Go and look that up, and he explains an awful lot about his character, the development, etc. in Season 4, so that's well worth looking up.
Yeah. And Saru, like Neil says, obviously he's in the trailer, like you see from this image here. Next image.
Tarina, President of Navarre, she's going to be back in the season as well. And again, I believe there's going to be some interesting developments between her and Saru.
Ooh.
Navarre was what used to be Vulcan, is that right?
That's right, yeah. And if you remember back to the episode Unification Part 3, there was quite nice dialogue between the two characters, Saru and Tarina. So I'm looking forward to
actress. Yeah. I enjoyed her screen time. I didn't enjoy the episode, but I enjoyed her screen time.
He out-logicked her, didn't he?
Yes. So yeah, apparently there's supposed to be some good development there between the two characters. So that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. Right, here we go. Let's talk it through.
Now we're talking.
Here's one that we can all get in. Here's one we can all get in on.
So let's go through it.
And there is in season 1, wasn't it, the very first episode where Data had all the queens in his hand for poker. In fact, he had 5 queens.
5 queens.
Let's go through it. Here we go.
Right. So I'm going to lay it out now. Brent Spiner Data is going to come back season 2 of Picard.
Right. I'm going to put out my thing. Let's assume everyone's seen the trailer. If not, we're going to run. Let's run through the images, and then we'll have our predictions. I think that's probably the easiest way.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
So we've got Chateau Picard.
Yeah,
lovely.
Very Californian-looking French chateau there.
Yes,
very Californian-looking French chateaus.
I'm loving the fact that he's still obviously and very blatantly got a car drive when there's no cars.
Well, aren't there spinners or something?
You might have a classic car.
Right, so here we go. Start of the clock and
Picard starts. Easter eggs, are we? Are we looking for the time in which we burn?
Yep.
Picard is talking about time during this as well.
See, that to me, that's the big one.
That's from Deep Space Nine, isn't it?
That's a massive hook that's been dropped. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the thing that had the Par Wraith in it, I believe.
Yeah, that's the Reckoning tablet from Deep Space Nine. I've
always wondered if the Par Wraith and the Wormhole aliens had some sort of tete-a-tete with the Q. I always had that. In the
Well, you've got to think as well. They're non-linear, aren't they? You know, they exist outside of time. The powers that they've obviously demonstrated throughout Deep Space Nine. It could be a good battle.
Think the Par Wraiths and the Prophets could be a counter species to the Q, definitely.
And the thing that jumps into my head with that is, over the last sort of like 8 to 12 months, there have been various little snippets come out from here and there, including from Sir Rock Lofton on one of his podcasts, saying that Avery Brooks has not left acting. If the right offer comes along, he will act.
Oh, wouldn't it be lovely to see Cisco back, Richard?
That's the first thing that jumps into my head.
Cisco back in an episode of Star Trek.
James, if any time you feel like you're doing your best government minister during your press briefing impression, please feel free.
I've been very, very clear about everything so far.
James did the best government minister, just looked clueless. I was going to go with next slide, please, but okay.
Let me answer the question that you should have asked me rather than the one that you did.
Next slide.
Now, obviously, there's the painting of the Enterprise D from Picard's Ready Room. On the Enterprise D, the model of the Stargazer, and of course the Mintarkin tapestry from the episode.
Yes.
Oh God, what's the episode called? Can't think of it, but which appears on the Enterprise E as well.
It's a lovely. In the trailer, they did a full pan round of that Stargazer model. It's a lovely model. Really
Some other bits you may notice. These are the books from Picard's Ready Room on the Enterprise D.
I think that
you remember those boys at the end of Generations where he's on the wreckage of the Enterprise D, and he picks up that archaeological relic that Professor Galen left him with all the little figures in it, and he just
the
tosses it idly to the floor. And I think the Shakespeare book he also threw away quite casually in that scene.
That was
Thank you, Neil. That's the one.
Good shout, Neil. Yeah, but ironically, the Kurlanaskus did then appear in his Quantum Archive in season 1.
It did, yeah. So obviously someone went up and cleared up the mess that he left.
Yeah.
Next slide.
Oh, no.
Sorry, guys, lots to get through.
Well, that's just his comm badge. That we
saw that in season 1, didn't we?
That's the correct comm badge, yeah.
Paradise Lost.
No, that's... see, I thought this was a reference to Sub Rosa. I was hoping we'd see a comeback of Ronan. Yeah, maybe I was
There is also...
Beverly.
There is also the Dark Tunnel, which could be a way to...
Beverly!
Which could be a way to describe the wormhole. If we're going to go...
Is that a classic novel? I'm not familiar with the Dark Tunnel. Might be a Richard video collection. I don't know.
Yes,
the Stargazer.
Yes, this is a beautiful. This really was. Beverly, I want to see your this is a really.
Sorry, we're just having a Holly and Phil on this morning moment between us. Just
this is an absolutely stunning model. It really caught my eye in the trailer. It was absolutely fantastic.
It's not the one from his Ready Room though, because that was just spray painted.
Yeah, no,
yellow,
it's spray painted yellow one. This is a beautiful model. It's one possibly they've commissioned our friend of the show Liam Dillon to build. It's absolutely beautiful, and I hope it becomes available as a piece you can buy. It's lovely.
The Constellation class.
Yes.
Now, if you are putting comments in about what you think is going to happen in Picard, we're going to get to them in a couple of minutes. We're going to start throwing comments up and discussing this. We're going to go through the images first. So we haven't forgotten about it. Don't worry. Right. Oh, the magic hourglass that goes upwards.
I'm running backwards. Oh, what could happen here? They're going to go full CG and basically de-age everyone, and it's all a dream, and we're back on the Enterprise D.
The other thing that struck me with that was that in All Good Things, in which obviously Q was there, and it's the last time we knew anything about the trial of humanity, which is referenced in the trailer, it was an anti-time anomaly that ran backwards.
Anti-time?
Anti-time.
I think for our American viewers, he means anti.
That's why it's larger in the past.
Wow. For one brief moment.
That's one heck of a letter opener on the left, though, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Looks like the sonic screwdriver.
Oh, wow. And this just went to this.
Well, there's no doubt whatsoever. I mean, John Delancey's all over the internet saying he's coming back. I mean, there's no mystery here.
No.
Right. So
what we're waiting for is the news about this.
Yeah.
Because we know she's in it.
Right. Yeah. So let's start talking about things like this. We know Patrick Stewart has invited Whoopi Goldberg on. We know John Delancey's in, and we know there is some unfinished business between John Delancey or Q and Guinan. So there's that to look at. There's obviously the Bajoran thing, like Carl said, and let's start looking through these comments because there was comments galore. Right. Let's go to where we start talking about Picard.
It's Bev. What?
Megan, my jaw was on the floor when I heard the news. All the references into time make you think it might be a revisiting things that happened in his past.
Possibly.
Oh, like an entire season of the episode Tapestry.
Oh.
Ooh.
I have to say, Megan, I think you are absolutely spot on there. I think season 2, when season 1 of Picard ended, and we had Raffi and Seven holding hands and all this, they were going off. It looked like, they're off for a new adventure. I think that was done deliberately to mislead us. I think they always had in their mind they were going to have a series with Picard where they're going to have him going back through stuff that he's done. Because, what a wonderful nostalgia trip that's going to be. What a wonderful series that's going to be. Because Star Trek Picard's got potential to continue without Picard in it. It really does.
Take 7 that had neither Blake nor 7 people in it.
So let's have a send-off with him where you can go back and you can revisit his greatest hits. See what he learned from them, see how he demonstrated how good humanity was, because he was the best of us. And that's what Q's going to be looking for. And I think Megan's hit that on the head there. I think that's what we're going to see.
I mean, again, the whole thing about that Bajoran tablet, I said it myself, there might be some sort of connection with Cisco. Other people online have been saying, could it involve the showdown between the Par Race and the Prophets that never got completed between Kira and Jake on the promenade that time, firing at each other? Could it just be as simple as the name of that tablet is the Reckoning tablet, and therefore the series will be based around some sort of reckoning of Picard and Q? Or could it just
is it the fact that Cisco is now a god and still blames Picard for the death of his wife?
Yeah, Cisco wasn't a god.
Give Q one more good punch.
They could. That's a good shout, Dan. They could slip that in there, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So much.
Or Cisco could turn up and punch Q in the face again.
Yeah.
Or Guinan could show up and just look like a. There is so much to talk about. We have no idea.
There are a lot of possibilities from that trailer. A lot of interpretations.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. You can't expect to not get a bloody nose, whatever it is. Yeah.
Jean-Luc, may I introduce the Borg? The Borg, Jean-Luc.
Now, I wondered if Q would make Picard human again.
Well, what would be the point of that?
Well, then Picard could die. You've got the ability now of Patrick Stewart is a robot and cannot die.
No, they didn't. They gave it a lifetime. They gave that doll a lifetime.
They did the shittiest thing in the world they could. They could say, guess what? We saved your life. We made you an android. And you're like, great. Can I run at 100 miles an hour? Have I got laser beams from my eyes? No, we just made you a shit android that can die. I mean,
so anyway,
the Raven asses. I mean, come on.
These are the exciting things that happen from First Contact Day. We are going to do at some point a lot more talking about these trailers. We might even break down into just talking about one trailer a week, or we'll talk amongst ourselves about how the format of talking. This is just the briefest of
during Discovery.
Yeah, well, the briefest of overviews of what was out. All right, let's move on with some more features as time is very quickly running away. Kyle, can you hit the one for whatever's next?
This is my clip for this week. I've been on the internet. I was looking for something funny, and do you know what? I particularly chose this week. I was going to have a theme of where Star Trek appears in other genres, or more specifically, where you see the Enterprise in other genres. And the only one I can find is in the reboot Battlestar Galactica. The classic Enterprise appears somewhere in the Ragtag Fleet, if you look very carefully. Whereas in Star Wars, R2-D2 and C-3PO are just bloody everywhere. They're in Indiana Jones. R2-D2 appears in 2009 Star Trek. It's everywhere. It doesn't work the other way around, curiously enough. But, if viewers find any clips of that, do let us know. Anyway, so what I chose for this week, I promised Neil Carpenter a TOS treat. Now, do we all remember, gentlemen, the motion picture?
Yes.
Fondly.
And do we remember the most memorable part of the motion picture, the best bit of the entire film?
Absolutely.
It's the Starship Pawn, isn't it? Where we see the new Enterprise, and we spend fully 5 minutes flying around it, looking at how beautiful the ship is and how ethereal it looks, etc. So once again, as I often say, I've been on the internet and I found what you clever people have done, that you've created in your own inimitable way. And someone has given the original series Enterprise the movie level treatment. And this is a love letter to the original 1701. Roll VT.
This isn't going to be 5 minutes long, though, is it?
No, just under 2.
More like a minute and a half. You've got time for a tea break. There you go. Wasn't that lovely? People forget the original Enterprise, where it all began, where the road started, and she deserved more screen time, more better effects than that. We got them in the reboot discs, of course, but we never saw a proper cinematic look at the original series Enterprise.
If people like our good friend Neil Carpenter really want to get involved with some graphic porn, get yourself signed up to Star Trek Online. You can see all the old ships in fully restored HD glory. It's a good shout.
And talking of our friend Neil was with us on Wednesday when we did a watch along of The City on the Edge of Forever, which we thoroughly enjoyed. And then the decision was made to have a magical wheel, which we spun, and everyone suggested something to watch, and we landed on Alan's choice of what we're watching next.
Sub Rosa.
No.
Code Veronica.
It was Alan's choice. What was it?
Oh. You're going to have to watch the video again to remember.
Oh, no.
Alan will remember.
Alan will tell us what we were meant to be watching.
Alan's watching it with us.
He is.
Jesus wept. I'm going to be in the middle of a 2-day case.
Well, I think we're not going to do it this week, are we? We're going to do it next week.
We were going to do it
next week. Yeah.
Next week.
Let that be your last Battlefield. Thank you, Neil. Yes.
Good job one of us was paying attention, isn't it, Neil?
Thank God.
That's why we invited you.
Oh, hold on. Is it? Let it be your last Battlefield. Let this be the.
No, Neil's right.
I think
Neil's right.
Let that be your last Battlefield, yeah.
Megan, we shall put the killing game into the Wheel of Names.
That's a Voyager one, isn't it?
It is. What we might even do is
problem. That's two-parter though.
It is a two-parter, but we have done movie length before, so we'll just have to choose the
Friday
right
night.
week.
Well, we've got a bank holiday weekend coming up. Why don't we do one of those?
Oh, we just had a bank holiday. We've got another
We
one.
have 2 bank holidays. We have Spring and May Day.
Good God.
I don't know
May,
whether I'll
2
be
bank
open or
holidays.
not yet, though.
Like working part-time, isn't it?
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So that's all coming up. That's not this Wednesday coming up. Wednesday after. So we're looking forward to that one. Put that one in your diaries. It's not this Wednesday in a couple of days. It's the week on Wednesday at 9 p.m. on this channel.
Alan, you must be available because it was your choice, and you're
Yes.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Oh, Cindy would like to put Q2 in as well.
I think after this week's news, there's got to be some Q. Like
There's got to be
massively. A lot of people. I love the TNG on QQ. I think that's really good with the young half Q girl that was born to Q's masquerading as
Amanda. Oh,
yeah, I think
Amanda
that's really.
It's not Amanda Holland. No, it's not.
Is it Amanda Rogers or something like that?
It is Amanda Rogers, yes.
Oh, get in.
The shows I always like the best because I'm a sociologist are the ones that really that can get to grips with human sociology. And
You're
that
a published sociologist, aren't you, Richard?
I'm a published. I am, as fans of the show, no doubt will know because I've read my work. I'm a published sociologist. But yeah, so the show episodes like that are the ones that really get me going. Yeah.
So let me just get through this. I'm just going to quickly recap tonight's show before we go through any more business. Tonight, in the space of an hour, we have discussed. Let's get this right. Cocktails, Nichelle Nichols, a Star Trek stamp, Stampity Stamp the Game, fake news, the GLAD Awards, LeVar Burton doing Jeopardy, some collectibles you can now buy, Leonard Nimoy on DVD, on Blu-ray, Saturday Night Live with a new skit, a new Star Trek movie, Zachary Quinto wanting to be in a new Star Trek movie, a new event in Chicago, a Janeway animated series, Lower Decks with some screen grabs, Discovery Season 4, including new uniforms, and Saru's in it, Picard Season 2 with a rake of screen captures and some ideas from us, a thing of the original Enterprise, and what we're going to be watching in 2 weeks' time.
And there's
You know
still
what,
more.
Megan? You're right. We have done well this evening. All that
we
under an hour.
just?
Well done, boys.
Hang on.
It's
And we're
just
not
the night
finished
that
yet.
gives tonight, isn't it?
We are not finished yet.
What's now?
This, I believe, is in honour of that Picard announcement and return of Q. You're in for a treat, folks. Been saving my last bit of wine for this.
Un po' che grazia mia, vai arriva. Ai arriva, la mizza mareno. Hoy a la
Yo no soy marinero, soy capitán, soy capitán.
Para salvar el cielo, para con ingresta del laggio, all'islamista, y arriba, Castanetta solo.
I tell you what,
Agent!
if the YouTube algorithm manages to pick that up for a copyright claim, I'm going to be very impressed with the YouTube
Richard!
algorithm.
Look! He's a sweater!
That's enough.
Oh dear Lord!
Oh.
We should redo this next time we're all together with a lot of tequila.
Yes.
I have tequila. Tequila.
Cindy, next week, Sunday, 9 o'clock our time.
Ay, arriba, soy meco, a mi
Oh. Oh. How many sombreros does Dan have?
Too many. Or not enough.
Many sombreros.
Guys, do you remember these
I
sombreros?
would say, Dan, you have a
You have
plethora.
Sombreros.
Hey, Pepe, what does a plethora mean?
Well, Rappo.
I'm going to go back to my
Everyone
record.
have your intellect and education.
I can't imagine what.
You know, for the first hour, we were a genuine Star Trek show tonight. It was
For so long.
we were never going to keep it the whole
None of
show,
us have
let's be honest.
mentioned His late Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh, and I'd like, on behalf of all of us on the show, to
Raise a glass, I think.
Absolutely.
and raise a glass to him.
Yeah. I mean, a genuine hero.
Officer, do you know? Well, the thing that astonished me was I was grab a quick drink. Looking at some of the photographs of him, there were photos from the late 1940s, in fact, World War II, where he was a serving lieutenant in the Royal Navy. And you go, well, how much history did that man see? And he was still around amongst us and active in 2021.
He was an incredible inspiration to everyone. It's a damn shame he's gone.
Now, we don't. You know, as a general rule, this show doesn't really get involved in politics or anything that is too controversial. We are a light-hearted show. What I'm going to say is this: depending, no matter what your views on the royal family are or what have you, if you're on social media and you aren't, you're not a believer in the royal family, keep your views to yourself. Because for all intents and purposes, a family has lost a loved one. No matter either if he is someone famous or not, you wouldn't like it if someone in your family passed away and everyone else was making comments about it. It can't be nice for them because they are still people like us. They still have Facebook and all the rest of it and know that they see all the negative crap that is going on. Keep it to yourself. It's not needed. I'm not saying it because they're royals. I'm saying it because it's damn right human decency.
And nothing but respect from us.
Yeah, absolutely. That's my little soapbox for standing on this week. So, otherwise, have a great one. I'm going to go because I've got work in the morning. Back to work right And if you are on a group chat and people aren't being nice, or you're on Zoom, I'll just leave.
Or tell you that you're wrong.
Yeah, I'll tell you you're wrong first, and then I'll just leave because. Right, let's say goodbye to the people.
Yes, pleasure as always.
Thanks for giving us your time. We love you. Well, we're off the air now, boys. Whew.
Are we?